back, everybody, to Hot Rod Guy Garage, and this is another episode of how to make your Geo Metro faster. Well, hopefully. So, I'm going to flip the camera around. I ordered something this week. It came in yesterday. I didn't have time to put it on. So, I'm going to flip the camera around, and I'm going to show you what I've got. And, as you can see, I've got Project Freetro in the shop. But I ordered a pair of tires. Now, I got these off eBay. I bought from this seller a couple times over the years. In fact, the Festiva had the same set tires come from them. These are not a drag slick. These are a autocross road race tire in an R68 compound. But they're 185/60/13. So, I just want to kind of give them a little shout out there to KJ's Race Shop. And, Race Tires USDR RT on eBay. So, if you guys need some kind of used tire like this, they got hundreds of these things, guys. And they're in a real good shape. And they do list the tire depths as you buy them. So, I got these to put on Project Freetro. And we're going to see what happens. So, let's get busy doing that. And alright guys, I got one of the wheels pulled off, and you may be wondering why I'm using a floor jack instead of the lift. There's a reason for that, and I'll show you here in just a moment. But this is a 185/70/13. Or, sorry, a 175/70/13. These are tires I have been running, and they're a very soft tire, guys. But compared to the 185/60, they're just a little bit shorter, but they're way wider. So, I don't know if you can kind of see here. Let's get kind of at the knuckle there. Now, another thing to note, the factory wheels are going to be a little narrow for these tires. They should work fine. Have to be super mindful of air pressure and stuff on them, just to get a full contact patch. And I'll show y'all how I test for contact patch here in just a little while later on in this video. But for right now, I'm going to use the rack to break these tires down and some screwdrivers and stuff and get these things swapped out. And on a side note, the crackheads I had put these tires on didn't even dry anything out, so pretty awesome. As you can see, I already got one mounted up. Yeah, I scratched the wheel up a little bit. It don't matter. It can always be touched up. But it's already hot, guys. I had to turn on the fan in here, so if you can bear with the noise a little bit, we'll be okay. Mostly because it's like 10,000 degrees already, and it's like 8 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. So, it's already in the upper 80s and probably 90% humidity. So, I'm going to get this other tire knocked out, guys, and I'll be back after that, and we'll see what we end up with. Hopefully they fit the car okay, and we don't have no clearance issues, because I'm supposed to be at a car show in an hour, so I don't know if that's going to happen or not. And alright guys, that's kind of how I'm going to get my contact patch and kind of see how much the tire is actually on the ground. So I'm going to flip the camera around. I'm going to kind of explain, kind kind of what I done and why I done it the way I did. And alright guys, this being a slick floor, there's a lot less chance of me breaking an axle trying to do stuff like this. So basically, if you look, I've done it a couple times. We do have a nice wide contact patch down. Pretty even. It looks like when the tire stands up, it gets a little narrower, which is about normal for any kind of a slick type tire. These have about 15 pounds of air in them. It looks like, you know, we may have a good chance of hooking this thing on this tire. So I'm going to get my stuff picked up and we're going to head out and we're going to head to a car show. I'm going to try to get some data along the way. So just stay tuned, guys, and we'll see kind of where we end up here. Well, this ain't good. Something definitely broke. Well, guys, after that video, I did not have warm and fuzzies, and I was quite a ways out in Mexico. So I limped the car back home, just driving the disease as I could. I do not know what's wrong with it yet, or even what's happened. But I got to initially looking here, and you can see my throttle linkage on my sniper is jammed up in the firewall there. I would say that hopefully this is just a noise from, you know, some motor mount movement and my little throttle linkage there rattling on the firewall. But it is not doing real well at all, especially when you turn corners. So I'm gonna get this thing jacked up and get checked out, and I'm gonna straighten up my throttle linkage over there because it's you know, there's something bad going on. But initial looks here, you know, our motor mounts are still attached, and I don't see nothing remotely bad. So I'm gonna bend that back straight, and I'm gonna get it up, jacked up here, and I'm gonna start kind of shaking everything down. Right. And I got this thing jacked up, and I'm just spinning some stuff and shaking some stuff just to make sure kind of what we got going on or don't have going on. The axles look fine. It sounds like maybe the differential's broken. Because it alternates when you spin an axle here. I'd say we probably got a broken spider gear. So well, that's not good. Looks like we're tearing this thing apart a little sooner than I thought. So, well, guys, it's part of it. You drive stuff hard, you break stuff, and sticky tires break stuff too. So, I guess at this point, I'm gonna have to pull this transmission back out of this car. Good thing is, if it just broke some spider gears, I can weld them up, and we'll have a limited slip differential then, and we definitely won't have any traction problems. But I did get to make one good pass, and I could tell it was a good pass after second gear. So I stayed in at the full quarter mile, and I think y'all will be very impressed with the results, or at least I was. Considering this thing just annihilated the tire in first gear, it did hook in second. So we have a very, very bad 60-foot time, but we have a real good 1/8 mile ET and a real good 1/4 mile ET from one of these cars. because you got to remember, guys, this motor still has stock cam, it's stock bottom end. It's just got the supercharger and some head work and some exhaust work and the little stuff I showed you, you know, in this series as I built the car. So what I see, it does have great potential. It's got some potential to run some mid-8s and 8th mile and probably some high 13s in the quarter. So I'm going to drop the data at the end of this video, and you can tell me what you think in the comments down below. But as always, I'd appreciate it if you'd like these videos and share them with your friends, and most importantly, subscribe, because I'm still a small channel, guys. You hitting that subscribe button really helps out. It helps YouTube notice that people actually like these videos. So until then, I'll see you tomorrow.